about to start.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. Today, we're actually talking about child support and alimony. Are those archaic practices, or should they still be incorporated in today's life? So that's what we're discussing, and we're going to tell some crazy child support and alimony stories, the history of child support and alimony, and answer your questions that have been flooding in. I'm not going to have time to answer all the questions, so I just chose a few. Also, we're going to have a guest speaker on talking about his crazy child support story, and we're going to have music by Kaino, I Wish I Could Freeze Time. So that's all what's coming up on No Conduct Radio today. And surprise, surprise, Char got here before Logic. Where is Logic?
Oh, Deadeye. Logic is asleep. He's the sleepy bear coming out of his cave. But yeah, I tried. At least I beat him by 10 seconds, I think. Logic's really not on at all? Or is he listening?
Why would I say that if he was here?
I don't know. Give him time to go, hey, I'm here, like that. All right, so hey, BJ.
Hello, Char.
Oh, yeah, if you were any more excited, I'd have to calm you down.
I was about to say, you are so dry today. What's going on?
Long day. Well, I'm good. It's a long day, though. Still working, really.
Yeah.
Will you have free counselors? You want to talk about it?
No.
No.
Nothing bad.
Look, free counseling. We should have signed. Free counseling.
Yeah,
we tried.
Right.
Yeah. No. So how's everybody's week been? What's been going on since last week? Other than melting in the heat.
I have something interesting, and I wonder if you guys are part of this. I have to look at the map, but there's a internet company here, and it's called CenturyLink. So I don't think you have it out there, but there's a nationwide power outage with this internet company. Imagine like internet service in your business or your home, right? So the entire weekend, the last time this happened, it was 9 days. They could not get the internet back up because of a fiber cut. And Kai, you probably know something about that because you're like technical, queen. So can you guys believe that? We're sitting this is literally 4 days now. No internet at home, no YouTube, no computer, even my Wi-Fi won't work on my phone. Isn't that crazy?
So you guys are
Wi-Fi and
internet
internet
laws, huh? You guys are panicking.
Well, what was that?
Were you guys
We're
panicking?
going crazy. Yeah, I feel
BJ, they're about to have
That's a
like
shame.
Mad Max out there and stuff.
And that's a shame.
Right, that's how it feels.
Just 'cause of the
and the
internet.
day after the Thunderdome. Yeah, but it's terrible how you depend on things. Yeah, I mean,
internet.
I feel like...
Wow.
I know.
It's horrible. It's
That's
horrible.
amazing.
You would think the lights were out. That's how we feel.
So
the electricity's out or something.
Basically, all of us are slaves to technology, basically. Okay.
I am a total slave.
Basically.
I'm going to admit it. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Because my dude and I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying?
They cut the switch off, we'd be going crazy. It would be a crazy world. Imagine that, right?
Yeah, but it causes people to argue because we're both snappish and we don't really know why we can put our finger on it.
On your devices. Your devices
Right.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. The other day we were like lying in bed because we couldn't think of anything else to do, right? So we're just lying there. He goes, "Do you want to come over here closer to me and just share my my YouTube?" Because he was able to somehow get YouTube on his phone, to get internet on his phone for a moment. And he goes, "Do you want to come over here and share my YouTube with me?"
Let's rewind. Let's rewind something here. You say you were lying in bed and nothing to do, so y'all couldn't have a conversation. Yeah, y'all want, it's just amazing.
We were irritated. We were irritated as heck. I mean, this is like 4 days.
Okay, like,
why were you irritated with each other?
Yeah, why are you irritated?
Because we want to see what we want to watch. We love watching YouTube together. We love watching conspiracy theories. I told you guys that. I can't use my computer when I get home. I have things I need to work on.
Okay,
knows what I'm
so take
talking
that
about.
out of the equation. So, there should be something else that y'all are able to do together.
Yeah.
We already did that. We can only do that so many times.
Get your head out of the gutter.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, forget about sex. Oh, my God.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
So other than
what do you think people
sex,
do?
that's all y'all have?
God.
Good God.
I cooked a nice meal. I mean, I lost my appetite. I make stuffed peppers, and he loved every bit of it. He even ate the whole pepper. Who does that?
So
I lost my appetite.
Cooking and sex, that's what I got in common. Cooking and sex, okay.
Okay, cooking, sex. Well, we had a cocktail, but then we were bored with that, too.
I'm sorry, drinks. Man.
You should have said that. You should have known, right?
Forget that, DJ.
Okay. No, we
alcohol,
have a pool, but we didn't want to go out there with a dog.
And YouTube, that's it.
We could have.
Good Lord.
We could have went outside. We could have gone outside and sat on the beautiful patio and watched our dog running around by the pool in the grass and all that. We were just like, we didn't want to do that. We were just so irritated. I couldn't believe how it was so. At one point, it was so quiet, and we're just like,
Lord have mercy.
I don't know. I don't understand that.
Spend time with each other, talking without YouTube.
Oh, we always do.
No, we always do. Y'all just don't spend time with each other. It doesn't sound like it.
I'm wondering, are we too dependent on YouTube? Because we love being together. We talk all the time, but we work together. Don't forget that. Like, I'm with him the entire day.
Talk about different things. That's about different things in the house and in the job, right? It should be a different thing.
We talk about
what
happened
to reading. Y'all can't read? What's wrong with reading?
I know. The lights are not out, right? That's what I said. We're acting like there's an electricity major thing happening. But anyway, this affected like 16 states, though. So that's why I was just saying. It's like really terrible. And I called today, and they still can't tell us. They said we don't have any idea when it's going to be up. It could be another 6 days. We don't know.
But y'all might break up then. Y'all have
right.
I know, right?
Right. The wedding.
We need to watch this. We need to keep a close eye on this.
Yeah, right.
I'll keep you guys posted. I hope next Thursday we're not having the same conversation. I really hope we're not.
Oh my God.
In case any listeners have the same issue,
I'm really scared for Char's relationship.
I know.
Me too. Kai, can I just put this plug in? If anyone has CenturyLink, please call in and bounce off your just vent. It's a venting session. Just even for a moment. Let us know your thoughts if you have CenturyLinks. I know we're not the only ones that are just pissed off to high heaven. Like, we're so angry about this. This is so unprofessional. How do you have one idiot that cuts the wrong cuts a fiber that's connected to thousands and zillions of other fibers, fiber optics,
you can't control all your workers. The only thing you can do is, if something like that happens, fire them and then fix the problem, and then compensate your clients if they call in for that. But that's it. You can't blame the whole company for something one person did.
Yeah, but it's easy to say when you're not a part of it. It makes logical sense what you're saying. But do you know that they said they lose $1 million a minute when there's a fiber cut? $1 million a minute as a company. That's what they said.
Who do you think is sweating more? The people who just can't watch YouTube, or the people who are losing $1 million a minute? Good God.
But Kai, it's business service too. So people that have business service also cannot run their business. They cannot process cards. They cannot do anything they would do on the internet. Period. Imagine how many people have call centers, customer service. They are down as well as us. It's not just us. Do you see what I mean? It's not just
and that's what I'm saying.
Home service.
Who do you think is sweating more? The company is sweating more because they know that, hey, we might lose these big businesses, all their money.
Oh, yeah, right.
You're just sitting there like, I can't watch YouTube.
Well, no, I also can't my phone. I like listening to certain music, even with I can't ask Alexis to play, like, the Brothers Johnson.
Do you not
Sade.
have,
I can't.
music off of your phone at all?
Backups?
No.
Well,
no.
CDs or albums? Damn.
No. I love those days. I miss those days. When we moved, Charles was like, Char, you have 1,000 CDs. No one uses CDs anymore. We tell Alexa to play everything we want. We just say, hey, Alexa, on our TV, just play whatever. And she just she goes shuffling songs by Drake or whatever within 3 seconds. But then the phone also does that just as well. I'm getting dressed. I love my, certain music list to kind of get me going, on my phone. or on YouTube again. So I'm like, I can't get away from it. It's the same concept. You guys, I think this has been a very healthy venting session for me. I just want to say thank you.
I think we just got a real huge insight into your relationship, actually.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Man.
Oh, wake up angry, go to bed angry because we can't watch television. That's crazy. But we're just we have like
that
a routine.
Insane.
I guess it's something that we bond over at the same time.
That's insane.
We kind of bond over it.
Y'all
like
need
we
to get
love
a different
it together.
routine.
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So anyway, what else is going on? I just wanted to get that out there.
Logic finally joined us. Logic.
Hi,
Hello,
all-seeing eye. Hello, Logic.
What's going on?
Logic,
Yeah.
did you hear that crazy fiber cut major
No.
statewide?
No. We're not.
No.
Logic,
We're not going to
you could
go
always
into it.
re-listen. No. Yeah, you could always re-listen. No, we're not going into
Oh,
this
darn. All right. Google it, Logic.
Good
Google
Lord.
it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. So, BJ, can you liven up the party? What's been going on with you?
Oh, I'm just getting crazy, ready for this fashion show in October. Mad, insane, trying to find out outfits and stuff like that. That's all. It's been around the clock. So
you've been extra busy working, longer hours, under the gun?
No, just extra busy. The hours are still the same, just extra busy, that's all. Going in here and there, yeah.
Are you excited or nervous, or what are your feelings because you're getting this
never nervous. I'm excited, never nervous. Why would I be nervous?
Well, it sounds like it's going to be your first big show, right?
First what?
Will it be your first
big show?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no.
Where have you been, Char?
Well, he's had shows, but I didn't know if this was a major one because he had told me a long time ago that he was planning for this way in October. That's what I meant.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So, Logic, how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. Had a situation that I had to handle as far as living quarters, I guess you would say. But it's all taken care of. I'll be moving.
He sound like a hitman, Logic. Sound like a hitman. He sound like a hitman. I got to take care of.
You said I had stuff to take care of, but it's been handled.
Yeah,
Did you have to give someone their walking papers, Mr. Logic? Is that what happened?
Did I give somebody their walking papers?
Did you have to give someone their walking papers because you said it like it was almost like a? Oh, okay.
No, it was an issue with my building, so I had to.
Oh, okay.
Figure out an alternative.
Okay, commercial. Not a residential situation. Commercial. Gotcha. Okay.
What?
That's exactly.
I don't follow Char. I'm not going in. I don't know why you're trying. Just leave it alone.
I was like, what?
Yeah, because I read between the lines that obviously there was some situation with a a building or what. I thought it was more like it was a situation where it was residential, meaning somebody's staying with you and they need to go. That's what I was thinking. But it's not that. It's a business thing.
Where does she get these things?
Issue.
I don't know. Everything's business.
Well, because we know Logic will give you your walking papers quickly. When he said, I just had to work out the things or something, the way he said it kind of alluded to there's been a shift in an environment.
I don't know why people have this impression that I'll just kick somebody out for chewing gum the wrong way. I'm a very reasonable person. It's just, you cross certain lines and I don't, there's no dialogue when it comes to certain situations.
Cross certain lines, and we got some issues here.
Anyway, yeah, exactly. There you go.
So, anyways, what we're talking about tonight, let's go on to the show. We're talking about child support and alimony. We're talking about where it comes from, which I learned a lot.
Which is basically the same thing for men.
Which I learned a lot of stuff reading up on it. But before we get into it, because we're going to have a guest come on around 6:30, I want to read one of these crazy stories. So This comes from Oklahoma News 4. So I guess you can go to their website, K4KFOR.com. This actually happened in, I think, around 2015. But it says this happened in Detroit, Michigan. A child support case in Detroit gained national attention after the man proved he was not the father of the child in question. Carnell Alexander says he was shocked when he was arrested during a traffic stop in the early 1990s. The officer told Alexander that he was being arrested for being a deadbeat dad. However, Alexander doesn't have any children. The case started in the late 80s when Alexander's ex-girlfriend had a kid. She said she needed help providing for the boy, but was told that in order to get welfare assistance, she had to name a father on the paperwork. So she decided to put down Alexander's name, even though she knew he couldn't be the father.
Wow.
And that's when the state then started a paternity case against him to collect the money for the assistance that was provided. Somebody turned in the paperwork, and they claimed that Alexander was given notice of the case. However, the Michigan Department of Corrections says that it's impossible since he was incarcerated at the time. So last month, a warrant for his arrest was issued for failure to pay child support. He says, I'm almost homeless, I'm almost in jail, I'm out of work, my money is threatened to be taken, and he said he's scared. Despite having a paternity test that proves he's not the father, a judge still said that he had to pay.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah. And they said, the judge says, and I quote, I'm outraged that Mr. Alexander for 2.5 decades failed to take this matter seriously. Wow.
Who was his lawyer, man?
Well, it depends. So, like, did he sign the birth certificate?
Yeah.
I doubt it, because they're saying there's no way that he's the father. The woman just decided to name him as the father.
No, but it doesn't matter. It
I don't
matters
think so, because he was in jail and everything like that. So, like, the way they worded it, there was no way in crap that he could be the father of this child. So I'm pretty sure he didn't sign the birth certificate. Alexander says that when he learned that he was a deadbeat dad, he had no income and no savings. He has an 8th grade education and could not find a lawyer that he could afford. He says that he knows he didn't know of a specific motion that needed to be filed, but he made sure court workers and judges on the case knew that he wasn't the child's father. Every court appearance that she said I made it clear to them that I was not the father of the child. So Alexander said the court also gave him an old address for the child's mother, so he couldn't even find her. He finally found her in, like, 2013. And then once he then took the paternity test, he again tried to prove his case, but the court still ruled that he owes more than $30,000 in child support.
Something missing. Something missing somewhere.
Wow, hold on.
Can I just...
There's an update.
Okay.
Hold on. There's an update. They just have a headline. It says, according to WXYZ, the real story, the real father has been in the child's life. That's what it says, but there's no...
Wow.
That's some serious scam stuff. Something going on.
Okay, can I just what's that logic?
The real father is somebody that she really likes and doesn't want to, complicate his life.
And
that's crazy.
She feels the other one has money. The other one probably has money or something she's hoping to get out of him. You guys, if I can just weigh in on this.
Money, it's just that he is somebody that he is somebody that she can hang this on and still keep that other man in her life.
That's some dirty crap. Damn. It makes me mad. That's something to catch a case by. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, that is a case. That's the problem right there.
I'm saying that. No,
okay,
well.
You mean like to kill? You end up like, okay, I'm going to take you out because that's enough to make anybody go crazy and put a hit on somebody. Seriously, I agree. Because it's wrong. But okay, so this is my little added bonus here. So Charles and I, after watching 30 hours, okay, of Judge Lauren Lake's paternity court on YouTube. 30 hours of Judge Lauren Lake, and by the way, she's a beautiful black lady, very, very pretty. It's 30 hours, right? Let me just tell you guys, this is what happened, okay? It's 30 hours of paternity court. Is you get a lot of information. For some reason, about 70% of those cases, if not every other one, when a particular person's name or men's, or say father's name, not father, but male, when there was a particular name on the birth certificate, for some reason she always ruled that, according to the courts, that is the father and that person is responsible for the child as far as taking care of the child. No, but that's not fair. But this is what these people are saying. But that's what how can that be legally right? Just because a name is on there?
It should not be legally right. But this is the law. It's just like, how should it be? How is it legally right? How is it legally right that a man finds a woman cheating on him in his house? He goes to divorce her, but he has to pay her half his money because of alimony laws. Yep. Is that right?
Right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the law, too.
But if you go to court for something, you're saying, okay, well, how about this? Even when there was a paternity test involved, if that person's name's on there, they have to then legally take the name off so that they're not responsible for child support. All the paternity tests prove was that you're the father by DNA. Okay, but not necessarily responsible because your name was on. But couldn't the mother just put the name on there? Oh, when the father signed it, or when the supposedly father signed it.
Well, birth certificates are handled by the hospital, so she can't just go in and change something. You know what I'm saying? They have a record of what was. Even if she has a physical copy, they still have a record of the actual birth certificate.
So the mother just verbally says, Logic, okay, just put it under such and such name, right? And that you can't adjust it or alter it. But it's activated if the father signs it, though. Or I can't say father is not father, we don't know.
Don't you need the guy's social and all his information to be able to do that?
Well,
no, that's apparently she had.
You can dox somebody to find out all the information. My question is, if he did not sign the birth certificate and he wasn't there to be served with papers, it's like I don't understand how the court is just enforcing, like, no, you're on the hook for this.
Right, he didn't sign it. There really isn't any basis at all.
There's another part to this story that is not being told.
Exactly.
Right.
That's true.
Like, what?
Mike, what do you think? What do you think is missing, Logic?
Either he signed the birth certificate or they were common law married or something. There had to be something. There had to be some kind of paper trail for a judge to be able to stand on it and say, I can't believe that you were, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we should all know that the
so
justice
if he
system
signed something, if he did sign something, but, it comes back that the woman's not with him, that's not his kid, shouldn't that be thrown out?
No. If he signed it, if he's still on the hook. This is the way. Some states are like that, where it's like it's about who's on the birth certificate.
So right.
Wow.
Or if he got married, like if a man marries a woman and says, I will legally now be the guardian of this child as his stepfather or whatever,
he's on the hook. Yep.
He's on the hook now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right, because he's already taken that responsibility. And once you pay child support a certain amount of years anyway, you're legally responsible for that child anyway. I mean, there's all kinds of loopholes that are not fair. But you guys have to admit, I did learn from YouTube University, right? Because I got that part right, about that birth certificate.
University.
Is she still talking about YouTube? I'm just confused there.
She's stuck on that YouTube.
No, Logic just confirmed it. This information is my point. After 30 hours
let's move on.
I confirm what?
Logic, why are you engaging?
It's a long story.
I'm sorry. No, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything.
The point, paternity court.
I said nothing.
Moving on. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to our music break. So this is I Wish I Could Freeze Time by Kaino. And by the end of the show, you'll be able to go to our website, www.noconduct.com, /musicians and find more about Kaino. Again, I wish I could freeze time by Kaino. If you want to call in or text in with your child support or alimony question or story, you can call us at 607-203-5378. That's 607-203-5378. If you're scored, meaning scared, you could just text in at 484-840-3627. Here we go with Kaino, I Wish I Could Freeze Time.
I am the zero, I am no hero. Acer is my name, my enemies feel my pain. There we go, there we go, there we go. How I wish I could freeze time. No, but time won't stand still. It has my emotions killing me. My soul is dark and cold. My soul is dark and cold. My soul is dark and cold. So cold inside. Don't wanna feel my pain. No heat, no heartbeat. I'm frozen to the vein. I'm frozen to the vein. I'm frozen to the vein. I am the zero. I am no hero. But the Acer is my name. My enemies feel my pain. There we go, there we go, there we go. Time is taking everything from me. I have nothing left, no heartbeat or a breath. Still they want me to save it. Who is gonna save me? So cold inside, don't wanna feel my pain. No heat, no heartbeat, I'm frozen to the vein. I'm frozen to the vein. I'm frozen to the vein. I am the zero, I am no hero. But the Acer is my name, my enemies feel my pain. There we go, there we go, there we go. See how they look at me, but they don't know what I face, because they can't take my place. See how they look at me. See how they look at me, but they don't know what I face, because they can't take my place. See how they look at me. See how they look at me. I am the zero, I am no hero. How I wish I could freeze time. No, but time won't stand still. Ooh, I am the zero, I am no hero. How I wish I could freeze time. No, but time won't stand still.
And we're back. We're back? What kind of English am I speaking? And we're back. That was I Wish I Could Freeze Time by Kaino. And like I said, at the end of the show, you can go to our website, www.noconduct.com/musicians to find more about Kaino. We told a crazy story in which this guy, it turned out that he wasn't the child's father, but the judge still ruled that he owed $30,000 in child support. And now we're going to bring on a special guest, and his name is Christopher Wallace, to tell his crazy child support story. Christopher, you're on the air. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Coming back from work.
That's great to hear. Thank you for joining us and telling us your story.
Okay. So, my story is basically, it's kind of like, it can happen to any of us, and it's kind of real big, and like it really can happen to anybody. So, I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey, and this court was a New Jersey court. I'm not going to say any judges' names or whatever like that, but I'll never forget his name. But basically, I had my son 5 days a week, and after me and my ex split, you know, she left the house and actually ended up with my son 5 days a week. Then she took me to court for child support, even though she was only having him on the weekends because how her work schedule played out, and she was in school. So she takes me to court, and I'm just looking like I didn't understand why. I was like, I should put you on child support, and that's how the mediator said. But because I kind of refused to pay, I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to go to the judge since I wouldn't agree with the mediator at the time. So when I get to the judge, he tells me, and I quote, if he's eating, talking about my son, he said, if he's eating steak and shrimp in your house, he has to eat steak and shrimp at her house. And what I didn't understand was I had my son 5 days a week, but I ended up paying hundreds of dollars in child support per week just because of that. Just because, like, she had him for 2 days.
Wow.
That is crazy. Were you able to ever contest that with another judge, or that's just what it was?
So how it works in Atlantic City, New Jersey, if you ever go to Atlantic County, how it works is you'll go to another judge, and they won't overrule that for another 6 months. So I was paying hundreds of dollars just for 6 months straight just because he was at her house for 2 days. And that was it. Like, they didn't want,
even though you were primarily financially, emotionally, physically supporting him, you still had to give her money for basically really nothing.
Yeah.
For 2 days. And I mean, like, this isn't no little bit of money. Like, the judge straight up told me it was about like $275 a week, and then when I got a better job, it became even higher.
Yeah.
And this is only it's only for two days. I'm telling you, 2 days. I'm not talking about no like a week or like I'm just the weekend dad. She was the weekend mom, and I had to pay. And it's based off
what
your
do
money.
you think she was doing with your money?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you because she lived at her mom's house. And her mom didn't rent.
Oh my God! This story is getting better and better.
Hold on, Chris. That should tell you she lived at her mom's house, getting $275 a week, whatever. That should tell you right there. In AC, yeah, that should tell you.
That's a hair and nail shit for a woman in a Versace bag. I mean, that's a lot of these women think that way.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. She was done up. I was done up every time.
I wonder why.
I never say that's what she used the money on. You know, because I don't got the receipts or nothing, but she did look fly every time.
$275 a week. That's basically a job. So she was basically living off of you. But you said she already worked, right?
She was in school and she worked. So she did both.
She get free money.
So that's why she said that she couldn't have him 5 days a week. She was like, well, you can have him. And I'm like, cool, I can have my son. So it ended up where
after that happened, she didn't quit her job and just no?
Nah, it's free money. No,
I don't think she quit her job. But she did quit a couple jobs, though. I can tell you that much. I don't think she quit the job for that reason.
That's crazy.
That is.
Can you get reimbursed for any of this? Like to this day, have you been able to have your money back? Or
Yo, Char, you sound like you a rookie in the game. Like, yo, these chicks got the civil courts on lock. If you walk into family court as a man, you're done. They don't even want to hear from you until they talk to her first.
Yeah, that's true. They don't play with the women.
How it works.
Yeah.
I feel as though it's just kind of sucks a little bit.
It sexes a lot of it. I mean, I saw a story online where the dude was taking his ex-wife to court for child support. She wasn't involved in the kid's life at all. She ran off to another city and state to be with some other man. As soon as he got in there, the judge told him to shut up and was talking to her until she had to tell the judge, well, he's actually bringing me to court for our son. And then the judge was like, yeah. That's how
I
it
would
is.
have sued the shit out of that judge.
You can't. The judges have power in this.
Yeah, right.
How is that possible? They're not above the law. They're not above morals.
They actually are. There's a law. There's a federal law that you cannot sue a judge or a district attorney for any case that caused you hardship or whatever you did. It's illegal.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot sue them.
That is true.
Wow.
And also city council members, mayors, governors, senators. You can't sue any people that work for office.
Wow. I didn't know that. So, Christopher, do you still have your son? Is he back with his mom now? Are you still paying child support for him?
So,
My
son lives with me. I'm sorry. I was eating.
I said, okay, first question, do you still have your son, or is he back with his mom?
No, he lives with me full time. So, at one point in time, he did go with his mom. At one point in time, he did go with his mom for a little while. But he came back, basically, and he lives with me full time, and he's not going anywhere. So I have him full time, all the time.
So, how's the relationship with your ex?
I mean, every other text message is a cuss word.
Hey, Chris.
Good Lord.
Hey, Chris, how old are you?
This time the judge, well, me, I'm 27. The judge ruled in my favor.
Let me tell you something. Don't get comfortable. She's young right now, but once she gets settled, she's going to realize the money she could be getting, and that whole full-time custody thing is up in the air. I'm telling you right now. If I was you, if I were you, I'll start setting money aside for a decent lawyer and start building a case because it's coming.
Yep.
So I already did that. So I know I might be young, right? But the thing is, I'm not dumb. So I had already built a case. So the reason why I even got custody of my son is actually because I had to build a case on her of how neglectful she is, even though I'm paying child support. I was paying all this child support because we switched off as parents, because once I had moved out the state of New Jersey and I moved to Pennsylvania, we switched off as parents. So she was like, well, let him finish out school here. So I said, no problem. So when I allowed her to have him for that school year, I mean, my son has eczema, yes, but there's kids walking around with eczema that you don't even know have eczema problems.
Right.
Based off of how they wash, what you're using, what's drying out the skin.
Right.
So, I mean, his eczema was inflamed, and my son is light-skinned. I mean, I'm a chocolate dude. You know what I'm saying? My son's eczema, where he scratched at, looked as chocolate as me. That's how dark his eczema looks.
Wow.
So I took pictures and everything like that. And even down to how he was eating. My son became overweight over there because basically she said, I don't need to feed him a vegetable every time. I mean, I got text messages. I got voice recorders. Like, if you know about New Jersey, in New Jersey, there's a one-party consent law. See, I know my law. So I can record her over the phone because of New Jersey, one-party consent law. Now, in Pennsylvania, you don't have that.
You don't have that.
Both parties have to know. So you're not allowed to record without letting nobody know you're recording, because you go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
You can't use that in court. But in New Jersey, you can. So I had built a gigantic case in New Jersey, and she was so scared to go to court because once I told her, I said, listen, I don't care if we go back to enforcement court, because I was so content and I was so ready that she was like, I mean, I came to court with a briefcase, laptop, all types of paperwork and pictures.
Because you had all your ducks in order, right?
Recordings and everything. So I had everything ready. And when she saw that the first time, because it was like, oh, well, Mrs. Wallace, do you want to, I said her name, my bad. But they said, do you want to have a lawyer? Because the first time in court, I kind of ate her up because I was going for emergency custody. But the judge said, well, I can't grant you emergency custody because he's not in danger. He said, but you have a real good case on child placement custody. And that's all I needed him to say. Next thing you know, I was in there. I prepared for my case for a whole year and a half just to make sure that I didn't have to pay child support anymore. And the information's out there. I went to the law library. I did everything just because I knew where his place was in the world. And now he's better. I mean, his skin is better. Everything is better with him, period.
Now, quick question. Were you married to her? So is there like an alimony story to this as well?
Yeah, we were married, but there's no alimony story. I let that shut off at the gate. I said, listen, you ain't getting it down from me. So they threw that out.
They threw it out?
So when I was in the Army, right? We both was in the Army together, right? And when she got pregnant, she just said, you know what? I'm done with the Army. You stay there and you provide for the family. So I'm like, okay, cool. But I do plan on owning a business when I get out. So she's like, okay, no problem. We had an agreement. I know it's a long story. Long story short, basically that agreement went from when I came out of the Army, she wouldn't help me while I was going to college. She didn't want to actually get a job. I paid for her nursing school. I literally paid out of my pocket nursing school. Money out of my pocket. Not no grant, not no FSA or whatever, AFA, nothing like that. None of that. Out of my money pocket. And she decided to quit her job and keep quitting the job. So then I had to leave her. I was like, oh no. I said, you're not gonna bring me down. So that's the reason why I had to go. You can't let nobody bring you down. And you got to work on yourself. If nobody's gonna help you, because how a marriage goes, it's supposed to be like bounding. All right, like if I'm going up the stairs and we're going up together, all right, now it's your turn. Now I'll lift you up.
Exactly.
All right, now it's your turn.
Exactly.
And that's how I feel. I mean, some people might disagree, but that's how I feel. I do believe, in some cultures, people do take care of their wife and stuff like that, but I believe in bounding as well. And making sure that we both are good and we both are equal and we both are getting good money.
I think you and Logic need to be best friends. Y'all sound alike. All right, so before we let you go, last question. So you did that with your ex. You went through all of that with your ex and your kid. You now have your kid. Did that throw everybody else out of the water? Like, oh, I don't want children with you. Oh, I don't know about you.
No. I mean, I feel as though that brought a lot of women to me. If you think about it, I mean, like, a lot of women actually like that. And when I met my wife right
that's
now,
what they say.
No. Like some people go like, wow, he could take care of his own kid and everything. He don't need no. They like, oh, he independent. He don't really need me.
Yeah, but it starts that way. I'm telling you, they find it endearing that you don't need them. Then it starts to mess with them on a psychological level. Like, you don't need me to do anything. I don't know how to take it.
But here's where this is where you have to learn where your position is as a man, and they have to learn their position is as a woman. Now, hold on. Let me explain first before somebody cut me off.
I was about to cut you off.
Your position as a man is supposed to actually strengthen your woman. So, I mean, like, women, they kind of cater to the man because, honestly, there's some strong women that don't need that man to do lift and pull and do all the other stuff, but they let their man do it because it makes them feel like a man. Just like you let your woman. Yeah, that's true. Think about it.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me?
You gotta be a strong woman.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
But then you have the same thing.
No.
Hold on, Chris. Logic.
Okay.
Not at all. A man is going to be a man regardless.
Yep.
You're right, but the thing is, women cater to men just like men supposed to cater to women. Even though she might feel as though, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that, let her say, okay, yeah, go ahead, you take care of the kids.
Expand on that. What do you mean cater? What does that mean to you? What are you talking about?
So when I'm saying about cater, I'm saying like, all right, she's making you feel good about yourself, even though there's a lot of women out there that don't need a man. They don't need a man besides sex. And that's what they like, that sexual pleasure. Right? And just like there's a lot of men that don't need women unless it's just sexual pleasure. But the thing is, like, you kind of let them feel like how people work. You're supposed to let them feel each other. Like, okay, listen, if you want to do those women duties, go ahead. Even though I can do the women duties. I can clean my own house. I can cook my own food. I cook very good. You know what I'm saying? Just like she might be able to put together a dresser, move furniture around. You know what I'm saying? Like, or even provide for the house. And it plays on some men, they're not ready for that.
I disagree. I think people get caught in what are stereotypical images that they have of relationships. I think there's a lot of dudes that'll be, let me change that light bulb. But in the end of the day, it's like, it's just a light bulb. Like, she could have easily, in this day and age, made a call and got somebody to come in and put a ceiling fan in for it. That's not manly. I think really when it comes down to it, I think in a relationship, people's roles are to support each other. But there is a limit to when, like some women, they'll get with a guy that maybe isn't a go-getter, but they'll have this thing in their head where they say, I got to stick by him. Yeah, that's true. But if somebody is constantly having the same problems over and over and over again, just like a man, if you're dealing with a woman, and that version of a woman, I like to call Calamity Jane, like every time you turn around, she has a problem. There comes a point where you got to cut your losses. Like, look, I don't know what's going on with you, but we've been together for 2 years, and you got a problem every 3 months. That's crazy. That's a crazy ratio.
Like my ex.
So it's like, I just think that you have to find the right person where you have the right ebb and flow, and you support me, I support you. But most of the time, after you do the hard fighting in the beginning to get to know each other, feel out the rough edges, it should start coasting after a while. And if it's constantly just turbulence, you gotta bail. In my opinion, you gotta bail.
I can agree with that.
Well, Christopher, I do want to thank you so much for coming on. I think maybe one day you and Logic, we could have a show with you and Logic having a man-off. So y'all could discuss what makes a man manly. A man-off. What makes a man more manly? But to let our listeners know, because I do have questions coming in asking for Chris, yes, he is currently married. He has more children, and he's very, very happy in his relationship. So.
What is it? There ain't no dating line.
The messages are coming in for Chris, so I have to update. I have to update the audience. He's happily married.
Chris, we will get him on this show. Our listeners are not shy.
Our listeners, when they hear somebody good, it doesn't even matter. You don't even know what Christopher looks like.
They put out the fishing pole anyway. Yeah, they put that fishing pole out. Go fishing.
Anyway, Chris, thank you so much for listening. I'm going to go ahead and put you on hold. You can continue listening to the show. And we'll talk later. Bye. Have a great day.
Have a good day, Chris. Bye.
Bye.
So can you
know what else
imagine?
You know what else is a bad situation about family court too is that when you go to, like, say you don't like what a judge did and you feel that there was some collusion or corruption there, when you take it to a new judge, do you know that new judge won't even hear your plea until he reads what the judge's thoughts were before he even talks to you? So, won't that spoil?
Well, isn't that what Christopher was saying? Isn't that what Christopher was saying? He couldn't even go to a new judge to contest what this judge said?
I don't know the reason he said he couldn't contest, but I just know that all judges, if you go to get a new judge to hear the case, the routine is that the new judge will read what the old judges were thinking. and what their thought
That's crazy.
process was. So
That's
whatever
crazy.
notes they wrote on the case, they read those notes, and then they'll come into the courtroom and hear what you got to say. So they already have predisposed
that right
idea.
there corrupts your thought. Exactly. Your thinking right there. That's crazy.
It's very corrupt and stupid backwards system.
I didn't even know that.
But nobody cares. It's only men getting shafted.
Stick it to the guys.
All right. Well, on that note, I have a question that came in. So I guess they just want our opinion on that because we are not judges or lawyers or know the law or anything. But should a man still be forced to pay child support if he preferred to have an abortion but the woman decided to keep the child?
You can still pay.
Wow.
You can still pay.
So he wanted the woman to have an abortion. She said, "Screw that, I'm keeping it."
But
should he still have to pay child support?
That's the law.
He didn't want the responsibility.
Once the woman conceives, the man's rights are gone. It's over.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree. I do believe that. Yeah. It's too late. Because look, it's just a convenient choice for him to say, don't do it. I mean, don't have the child, but that's her, at the end of the day, it's her choice, but they made the baby together. And once that baby comes out, it's a human anyway. You got to take care of the
right. Okay, Char, I understand it's her choice. It's her choice to have the child, but now it's kind of a slippery, because you're forcing him to have a child, but then again, he didn't have to have sex with you to have said child.
There you go.
That's what you lay down together to make the baby, so you're both responsible. It would just be a convenient decision if she said, okay, I won't have it because he didn't want to pay child support. If you should have, before you have do. Think of these things. People think of these things before you start knocking boots.
Let's look at this in a different way. Okay, what if a man could, like, if you taught a guy how to sign your name in order to sign for your packages when they came to the house. Now you're teaching this dude how to absolutely forge your signature. You know what I mean? And then he goes out and gets a car, and then the court says, well, you got to pay for it. Your signature is on the contract. Somebody could tell you, well, you need to think about who you're letting them sign for your packages so they can learn how to sign with your name. Like, it's still like it's a dirty move that you're forcing this person into a situation. Because it'd be different if the woman is sleeping with the guy saying, look, just so you know, if I get pregnant, I'm going to fleece you for every dime that you have. But, yeah, if you want to come over, you can come over. Like, most dudes, you're like, what? But if you're under the guise of, me and her, we're just kicking it, or this is my girl, we love each other, you're not thinking that this chick is going to cock back and ice pick you in the back of your neck and you're not looking because you're no longer involved. I don't feel sorry for them, but it's just, you got to admit it's dirty. It's a dirty move.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So where do you think child support started? Where do you think it even started? Yeah, like, how did it start?
If you talk about the concept, I have no idea, but I think in this country, it was, wasn't it like the early 1900s where it was a lot of dudes just walking out the house? So they had to, like, make laws to make them accountable?
I was surprised about that. It did start in the early 1900s. However, every state had, like, a budget for single women. So the state just paid for, mothers who had children without being married or whatever. That's what was in effect. And then state by state, well, they didn't call it welfare at the time. State by state, they started, saying, well, the father has to put up some money because by that time, it started to be called welfare, and people were ashamed to be on welfare. Now, before this happened,
and it was being associated with black people.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Well, before this happened, way back in the day, men never abandoned their children because it was seen as shameful to actually abandon your children. So I guess when that wore off, they just started doing it willy-nilly. So President Ford is the one who actually made it a nationwide law.
What?
To do child support and then go after the man if he didn't pay child support.
Damn. Yeah.
So I was really surprised about that. And in reading that, did you know doing a dowry is illegal? Did you know that?
What?
I know that's completely way in left field, but that's something that I read also. Dowries are illegal.
In this country?
In this country, yeah.
So what do they consider engagement rings? A gift?
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
Down payment on a check.
Okay.
Damn.
Oh.
We can't win.
Damn.
I mean, I guess you give an engagement ring that's not saying, hey, I need 40 goats and 2 horses.
No,
it's not the same thing.
Listen, it is absolutely a down payment on this broad for the rest of her life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get married, don't dudes want the ring back?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I want my ring back. I gave you.
Give it back. It's not written that way, but customarily people like to have any sense of coup about you. The one's supposed to give it back to the man, like period. But a lot of women, no, I think most women give it back anyway, more than not.
You know what the problem is?
I ain't giving nothing.
You know, I just realized what the problem is. Women have to come out of no pockets. All they have to do is just give you what they're sitting on every day. You know what I mean? So this is why they know no consequences to anything that they do. If child support, listen, if child support was set up to where if you went to court and you said, hey, this kid needs steak and shrimp every day, and the judges said, okay, I hear you. So we're going to say that that's $270 a week. You need to come up with $135 or whatever. Like if you split it down the middle and say this is your half, and you have to give the state your half, and your ex-dude has to give the state his half, and whatever one of you don't give your side, you're going to get locked up. I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot less women going to court to get child support.
Yeah.
Because the bums will start getting locked up left and right. Every time they go into the crib, they swipe that ID card, boop. Oh, the cops is looking for you. You got to go.
I don't even know.
And when it comes to getting married, if they had to buy a dude a car and he gave her a ring, it would be a lot more people willing to do. Like, listen, let's just get married in the backyard. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Bums.
So I do want to mention, child support did start, like Logic said, because men were, just leaving their families for whatever reason. They didn't want to deal with it anymore. It was just too much work, whatever.
It's no reason to walk out on your family. That's deep.
So child support did start because of that, because women did need that support. However, my question is it still something that's necessary? Because back in the day, women couldn't really work. They could work as secretaries or, some menial job.
Oh, boy.
Look, that was true, Logic. Whether you want to admit it or not, that was true.
No. Listen, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying the fact that you're saying it as a woman, you go get some emails now. Because you're basically saying that these women can go out and get jobs and stop being bums, right? Isn't that what you're saying? They don't have to sit around
what am I saying that's wrong?
And no more child support?
Yeah.
Well, they can do that.
I'm still not understanding why I would be getting emails.
Because women get angry when you insinuate that they are not out there working as hard as a man and should go out there and get their own. They try to come up with a reason why a man he should definitely be the one that pays because blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's just like when I said about the ring. I said if a man doesn't want the government coming in and fleecing him, but he's going to set up all of this stuff to take care of you in case he dies, you get the property, kids are taken care of. What did they all say? Sham marriage. I wouldn't do it because because they want access to his bank account if they decide to walk.
All about the dinero.
Gold digger.
Well, I think child support, I'm not saying do away with it. However, I think it should be, why not? Because there's
right?
still deadbeat dudes out there. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
definitely.
True.
Just because a woman can work now doesn't mean she's supposed to be fully responsible for a child that two people brought into this world.
I believe that. That's true. I agree.
Okay, so I'm not saying that child support should be done away with, but I think the way the law is set up, it needs to be changed. It needs to be changed for this day and age.
True.
You know, it shouldn't be that, like Christopher said, you know, he has this kid most of the time, but he had to pay $275 a week.
Damn.
A week. So he was supporting the woman, not the child. He had to support his kid and then somebody else's kid. That's what he was doing.
At home.
So it shouldn't be like that.
And let's be honest. Let's be honest. That money was trickling into whatever dude she was dating too.
Exactly. Yep.
Of course. There's no way around it.
Living at home.
Yeah.
He was partying.
Dude, that story got worse when he said she was living at home. That's insane.
And she was looking good
but anyway,
all the time.
All the time.
But she was living at home, but then he said she was working and in school. If you're working in school, you're obviously responsible. But if you're that responsible, why are you asking for so much? Why are you trying to take advantage of this person? I mean, why are people...
Really?
Char did ask that question.
No, listen. Think about it. She was working.
She took advantage. She took advantage of him.
Exactly.
Because she could. Exactly. It was free money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you like to have free money? Sure. Would you like to have free money?
You're saying, hold on. You're saying obviously she was responsible. Hold on. You're saying, and I kind of want to slap you for this one. You said obviously she was responsible because she had a job and went to school. When the hell did that just turn around and make you seem responsible? Did you not hear how she was taking care of the kid? But because she had a job and went to school, she was suddenly responsible?
Okay. Yeah, okay, well, okay, that factor that's pretty bad. But I'm saying I just don't see the logic of how if she had her head on straight to a certain extent, how is it that she was so twisted with this whole mess? And to have him just all over
just because you're
because she didn't have her head on straight.
Exactly. She went to school, okay? Who can't go to school, especially if I'm getting $275 a frickin' week for doing nothing?
Yeah.
I'd be in school too. I don't
DJ, how many times have you met a girl?
And I don't have a kid.
She got paid to go to school then, right?
Basically,
DJ, how many times have you met a girl that said that she's in college?
All the time. Oh my God, I can't count.
That is the go-to line.
Look. Now I know I'm gonna get. Hold on, Logic. I know I'm gonna get hate mail on this, but I'm not saying all women do this. But I promise you, when I was in college, there were women there claiming they were going to school, but they would tell me they're here to meet a husband. So they were looking at the engineering guys and the guys who played sports. Those were the guys they were going after because they were only in college to meet a husband.
That's crazy.
Now, I'm not saying all women do that, but I'm just telling you what was said to me when I was in college.
Yeah.
So, for Char to say something asinine like, well, she had a job and she was in college, she seems responsible. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
That's actually a known thing in Yale. Like, there's a lot of girls that they say show up and only do one freshman year because they're meeting all of the potential Yale law guys, like the leading law seniors that are coming out of Yale.
Damn.
They're coming from good stores.
Yo.
So my point was, I don't think child support needs to be done away with. I do think the law needs to be changed for this day and time. Because if you're working and I'm working, we should then, like Logic said, I think Logic said this way back when in an earlier show, we should then each person has to take an equal sum and place it in like a bank account for the child. And if you're asking for more money, like if you're going to the judge, hey, I need more money or whatever, you need to like provide receipts of what you're doing with this child support, why you needed more money from the other party. That's what I think, personally.
Yeah.
Nobody.
But it's so much. No, you're absolutely right, but there's so much dirtiness going on in the family courts where everybody's getting paid off of everybody that they will never do it. It's never going to happen because the lawyers that are handling these divorces and child support cases are
judges.
They're sliding money to the judges when it's re-election time. You know, they're giving them golf court certificates and stuff like that, or not certificates, but memberships, and $10,000 and $20,000 to rerun for, you know, judge and blah blah blah. So it's all a dirty game.
Corrupt. Yep.
Like the way I think Holland does it is Holland says, we didn't help you come together to get married, so we're not going to help you get divorced. So all they offer is a mediator. So you two have to figure it out across a table, and then the mediator just stops it from being just filibustering and arguing. It's just like, okay, stay on topic. What is it that you need? What is it that you blah, blah, blah. And they just sit it out until you come to an agreement.
I think we would have had a mediator.
Question, well, two things just came in, a question and a comment. So the comment that came in was, my husband didn't pay child support. He had his son every weekend, and he purchased what he needed, had insurance on his son and everything. So the question that just came in is, do you think women abuse child support? Again, not all women, but there are women who abuse it. Didn't you just hear our guest story? She was abusing it. She totally abused it.
Yeah.
The hell do I need $275 a week for when I don't even see my son till on the weekends? Like,
I mean, the only time that would make sense is if the child has some kind of neurological disease where they constantly have to go in for treatment, and that's like their half, $275. You know.
Well, yeah, I could see if she was putting in money towards their treatment,
but
and he was putting in. I could totally see that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you talking about just like cereal money and some socks and T-shirts? No. $275 every month.
And the funny thing is, hold on. You know what I just thought of? And the funny thing is, the judge says, if he eats steak and shrimp or whatever at your house, he should eat that at her house. And she wasn't even feeding him correctly. She was probably going and getting the cheapest food, like some Pop-Tarts. Here, have some Pop-Tarts. So, whatever. So the judge said that, and then she wasn't even feeding the kid correctly. Like, God, it's so annoying.
Plus, that is very presumptuous that the judge would even say if he's eating steak.
It was. That's like a alimony case.
Who says he's eating that at my house? What are you talking about?
And even if he is eating that at my house, what the hell does that have to do with what she's feeding him?
No,
he has a job.
Alimony. No, Ty, the judge was treating it like a alimony case.
Yeah, he's a man.
You know. Wait. What'd you say, Char?
The judge was treating it like a alimony case where, like, say that there's a woman involved, obviously, right? And she's getting a divorce from her very, very wealthy husband. And her argument is that her lawyer, is producing is, well, Mrs. Jones was used to a certain lifestyle over the years that she was married, to Mr. Jones. So this is, I mean, in the court's best interest that she can use this lifestyle thing. Yeah. And so that judge was super twisted on that. We're talking about a kid. The kid won't know the difference, And these women that do that, they're just spoiled and they're just used to that lifestyle.
He said she had a job and she lived with her mom, a.k.a. had no bills.
So
how could she still not provide that certain lifestyle for her children or for her child that he was used to? Plus, the kid wasn't with her most of the time, so he had that lifestyle.
Eating or nothing.
So that still doesn't make sense. That still doesn't make sense.
He was banking.
He must be easy to judge. The way the judges don't.
Yes, he was. Man.
So okay. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all answer this one. What are some ways to get out of child support?
Kill her.
Move out the country. Move out the country and kill her.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Move out the country.
Take your own death and your insurance policy. Move to Costa Rica.
Move out the country.
And they'll never find you.
They'll
never figure it out.
Move out the country.
But you
Skype
move out of the
your
country,
kid.
you're leaving your kid behind, though.
And Skype your kid. Move out and Skype them.
Are you serious, BJ? What a douchebag.
Skype them. So, yeah, that's, well, yeah.
Please don't listen to logic.
Move out to
My
Skype.
suggestion is if you want to get out of child support, don't have any children. That's about it. Stop having sex with a bunch of women and don't have any children.
What you do is just wait for a dark night, call her, and then outside her window she hears.
Please don't listen to logic because you will end up in jail. We do not condone or support anything that logic is saying right now.
They just need the country. There you go.
Yeah. Don't turn your light out tonight.
And
you'll be very afraid.
Another question, why do you think child support is so biased against fathers?
Well, that is a good question because we were just talking about how they treat the women and they give them all the leniency. It's an assumption. A man have more money. I think that's what it is. It's just an assumption from the courts, and they push that on the woman.
How do you assume that a man has more money? There are women that make more. I made more than my ex-husband. How do you assume that a man has more money?
Because it's a sexist ideology in the time that people worked on a farm. It doesn't make any sense. But this is what you will never hear feminists talking about. They want to change. Feminists want to make sure that they're getting the same sexy jobs in Hollywood and CEO positions and all this other stuff, but they will never go to the legal court system and say, why did you only give her 7 years for attempted murder, but you gave this man 26? That's sexist. She should get 26 too. They'll never say that. Never going to happen because they're not interested in actually being even.
Yeah,
most women nowadays,
according
they
to
have
feminists,
more degrees.
that's what they are interested in. They're interested in equality.
Nonsense.
Because I don't think a woman ever went to child support.
These modern-day feminists are female supremacists is what they are.
Wait. What did you say, BJ?
I said, I don't think a woman that went to child support court and the judge say, well, let him pay this much. And she said, no, that's too much money. Make it a little lower, judge, please, because I don't think he can handle that. I think a woman never said that at child support court. I never heard that happen. You ever heard that?
Well, I mean, when I got my divorce, I was like, I don't want any of his money. This is my kid, and the judge had to force him to pay.
You said that in child support court?
Yeah, I didn't want his money. This is my kid.
Well, we've already established that you're not a girl. Yeah. So why you keep talking like you know what these girls are thinking? You're not a girl.
You said that? Everybody in the court
yes,
say,
that's
wow.
what I said.
Ooh,
and
wow.
the judge said, absolutely not, because she has medical issues and this and this and this, so she had to pay.
Isn't that crazy to see the judge wanted him to pay and you didn't want to pay? See, that's crazy. That's insane.
This is my kid. This is my kid. Just take your butt and go. Take whatever you're taking out of my house and leave. Leave my kid alone.
It is Kai, this control freak, and it doesn't chocolate. Normally, these women want that
How
quiet.
does that have to do with me being a control freak?
Because you're controlling the tutelage of your daughter. You don't want him to have any say-so whatsoever. What will you do with your child?
No.
So it's
No. That's not how it was. I did want my daughter to have equality with her parents. He is the one who was just never there and never did, and I raised my kid myself. So what's going to change now that we're divorced? No, you started it out as it's my kid. Let's end it as if it's my kid. And I don't want your money. I don't need your money. I'll take care of my child myself.
Okay, but the reason that you wouldn't want his money is because you don't want him to come back and be able to say, okay, well, now that I'm 50-something year or whatever age men tend to wake up if they're juvenile like that, you don't want him to be able to come back and have any say-so because he hasn't been doing anything this whole time, correct?
Shut up. You don't know me.
Okay.
Shut up. You don't know me.
Listen, I understand it. I understand it on a personal level because if it was the same thing, if I had some Jezebel as a wife and we had a baby and she decided she wanted to go shake her ass in Cuba for a few years and, live it up, I don't want anything from her either. You know, I want her to give up the thing. So when you get old and you start thinking about hell, I don't want you to start coming back and be like, I want to forge a relationship. Beat it. Get out of here. I don't even want to. How'd you get my number?
Do you think that's why old people come back and try and fix stuff?
Absolutely.
Because now they're thinking about dying?
They're thinking about the angel of death. Oh, God. He's coming for me. I got to get my affairs in order.
I got to make it right, yeah.
No, it's a done deal. Old man, get out of here. I want to be a father to you. This man is 27 years old paying taxes. What are you talking about? Fishing? He knows how to fish. I want to see him fishing. I'm allergic to fish. Oh,
Let's go outside and play catch. Hey, what? Play catch?
I hate baseball.
I got twins here. We play catch with my kids. What the?
Yeah, I hate baseball.
So, let's get into. Oh my gosh, let me say this real quick before we get into the alimony portion. That kind of reminds me about. I know everybody saw The Fresh Prince, and I know they saw that episode where his father came in. His father wanted to like play catch for him and do all that stuff, and in the end he was out again.
Yeah, and he out again. That
episode broke me. That episode was so sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get off of that. Comment just came in. I hate when women say they're going to put a man on support off the bat. How do they know the man is not going to take care of their child? They automatically go straight to, I'm outing you. I'm putting you in child support, shaking my head. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I've heard of that. When the woman is pregnant, I'm taking you straight to child support. I'm gonna get everything that I can for. That's what they
hear. That's what they hear in their circles, their family. That's what they hear.
That is insane.
Exactly what they put in their head. Yeah.
I remember way before I had a kid. I was like 21, 22, something like that. And this girl, she was about 19 maybe. Something like that, 19, 20. She was a little bit younger than me. She was pregnant, and I heard her talking to her friends like, I don't need no man. I take care of my child by myself. You know, me and my mama, we're going to take care of our child. I'm going to get the child support, and I'm going to take care of it. I don't need a man in my life. And I'm listening to her, and I was like,
what did she learn
a child doesn't need both parents. A child does not just need a mother. A daughter needs her father to help school her on what to look out for men, etc. And a boy, needs his father to teach him how to be a man. Child support.
Well, that's not what these R&B singers teach them.
Nope.
That's right.
Okay. All right, we got 12 minutes left. Let's go into this alimony. Right. Now, child support and alimony are two separate things. Usually when you get alimony, child support is kind of included in there. But unlike child support usually ends when the child is 18 years old. Alimony is supposed to have, like, what do you call it, a statute of limitations? Like, okay, we're only putting you on alimony for 2 years. That's what I read that it's supposed to be. That's not how it always is. Because I know California. Isn't California the craziest state for alimony?
When they get married again?
California will take your bones. Yeah, definitely.
And
that's
also
where
alimony.
I think that's where Tiger Woods was. That babysitter got $250 million of his money.
Good Lord.
Wow. Damn.
Good Lord. Also, alimony is supposed to be like, just to pick up the slack of what the ex isn't making from what she had in the marriage. So if she was making less than the husband, then, like maybe 25% less than the husband, then the husband is required to pay that other 25%, so it'll be 50-50. However, and again, it's supposed to only be for a short amount of time. However, rumor has it, I'm going to say rumor because I'm not going to have nobody come back and sue me. Rumor has it that, what's her name? What's the model's name?
Oh, which one?
She was married to, she was married to Russell Simmons.
Kimora.
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 Yeah, Kimora Lee.
Rumor has it that Kimora Lee didn't marry Jaimon Hansu because with the alimony, it ends when she gets married.
Right.
So
yes,
all
and
these
Jimon
years,
has
she
less
kept up.
money.
She will forfeit to the court.
Right. Jaimon has less money than Russell Simmons, so if she had married him, her alimony would have ended, and she would have, you could say, quote-unquote, his money, but isn't she always tooting that she has her own money? Like, doesn't she have baby fat or something like that, and she was a model?
Well, no. The people claim that she started that company, but that company was started by Russell, and she got that company by the divorce. So she never started a company. She doesn't run the company. It's not her at all. So it's just what she got in the deal. It's kind of like Sugar Shane's ex-wife got his title belt. She's never boxed a day in her life. But
that was crazy. That was crazy.
She got his title belt.
Wait a second. How is that part of a divorce settlement?
Women.
She wanted to take him for everything of value. And that's what she took. She took his achievement and his youth because that's what the belt represents. Yeah. That's the only reason anybody ever knows his name because of, his boxing and whatever. So this is the award he won. So that's literally like a gold Olympian going through a divorce and they're taking his gold medal, like the woman takes his speed skating gold medal or something.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure it's probably had.
But remember way back when we first started the show, I forgot that host's name. The other host was on there because he was all for that because he said, and I think C also agreed, that the woman supported the guy throughout all of this, so she's entitled to the belt or the money or whatever because she was there in support.
Support, man. What?
I miss C
I think
sometimes.
my brain might have edited that out.
Yeah, UNC had an all-out war on that because
my brain edited it out.
She said, she said that because she was there in support, she was there for every fight, she was there for every injury after, then basically, like, for instance, in this scenario, the belt did belong to her, she in support of him, she went through the same thing he did. Or if he worked crazy hours and brought home hours and brought home a lot of money, she was the one who was there for the family, who was there for the the house and got everything in order. God. And if he decided to leave her, then she's entitled to that money because she was supporting him that whole time.
Hi, she ran his Epsom salt bath when he got home. Also, don't forget that.
Yeah.
So
that remember you don't remember that was their reason that they were saying that we shouldn't sign what's it called again? We shouldn't sign. You know what I'm talking about? When you're getting married.
What is?
And the person has a lot of money.
Prenuptial.
Huh?
A prenup.
Yeah, prenup.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was the whole argument behind that. So another crazy alimony story. Remember what happened to the founder of PayPal?
Yep.
Nobody?
No, I remember. She was with him all through college, and he started PayPal with that other guy, Elon Musk, and then he went on to do Tesla, and then she decided she was just tired of, I guess, living in a big house and having as much money as she needed to spend, and divorced him and kept the house and half his money, which was like $300 or $400 million, and now she has a tennis instructor living there or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She got rich simply because she was married to him. That's it. Not that she helped him start the company. Not that she did anything in the company.
Yeah, half his money because she was just around.
The lifestyle that she got used to is what she deserved.
Oh.
And so she got rich just by being married.
But all she had to do was stick around a certain amount of time anyway. And if it's a community property state, that's easy to do. You can drag a marriage on for 7 years.
Allegedly, that's what one of the Kardashians did. They got to 10 years or 5 years or whatever that time frame is, and then they divorce the guy. And I think what is it in California? You get 5 years and you got automatically half or something like that.
No, they upped it. You have to be in for 10 years now.
Wow.
And that's what Kobe Bryant's wife did when he first did that stuff with the maid. She stayed in the pocket and was basically planning. And then once the 10-year mark was,
They're divorced now?
She got something. Yeah. I think they did split up.
Yeah,
are you
sure? Because they were talking about.
He was talking about for years. He admitted it later. He didn't have a choice. But yeah, absolutely. But they counted the years on the calendar and the
months. Is Kobe together. Bryant divorced?
Well, no.
Okay,
no,
Google lady.
She's Googling it. No, he's not divorced.
Yes, he is. He's
no, they're still together. Wait. No, she filed for divorce and stayed.
But they didn't get a divorce.
And no, they're still together.
Yeah, they're still together.
Oh, I remember they said she filed.
She filed.
Yeah, she did file.
Oh,
but then she decided to stay, I guess.
She filed.
She bought that ring.
And then that's when he bought her that $15 million ring.
Yeah, so.
But what happened to the maid? I thought the story was made.
What a schmuck, man! I would burn the house down. You would not keep me hostage like that, please. Beat it, really? That's how you feel? All right.
Well, he probably. Well, first of all, logic. First of all, you cannot get mad at her because he's the one who cheated on her.
No. Listen, I have no sympathy for any dude that's cheating and doing whatever. But my thing is, I get incensed on how these women act like, well, I deserve half your achievements in life. No, you can leave and you can get some good restart my life money. But to say if a man is worth $1.5 billion, you deserve $700 million of his money because you feel what? That's crazy to me. I know you're never going to be able to make that make sense. It's just like that Texas guy. He was an oil dude, and he was with this woman, paid all this money. He was a scumbag. He started dating some younger chick, but she got upset. She was like, I can't believe you would do this to me. He was like, okay, I understand you're upset. So how about this? I'll write you a check. You can move out today. He wrote her a check for $150 million.
Damn.
It was hers. Just all she had to do was deposit the check and start her life over. She felt that wasn't enough.
How is that not enough? Are you serious?
She took him to court for more money. $150 on a check, no questions asked. He said he would even give her the house. That wasn't enough.
Dang.
Wow. I'm good. You gave me that. I'm good. I'm completely good.
That's extreme gold digger. Damn.
So
I mean, listen, I understand her being offended that you're just going to cash me in for a younger woman. I get that. But my thing is here, let's be rational here. You knew who you were messing with because a dude just doesn't turn into that out of nowhere. Every woman that's with a guy knows the kind of guy that she's with. So don't try to act blindsided. You know what I mean? Especially if you knew he was a rich dude. You had to expect it was coming.
They like the really young ones.
Huh? What happened?
They like the really young ones. They like the young ones, and they'll cash you in for a later model. Like that's what they like.
Whatever their thing is, because Arnold Schwarzenegger smashed the old ugly Spanish maid. I mean, it doesn't. It's whatever they do is whatever they do. But my thing is, when you try to act like you're owed something other than, listen, that was a dick move, and here's something to make it go a little easier for you. Don't try to break a man after that. You know what I mean? Like, I want your title belt. What? Why? What are you talking about?
That's ridiculous. But hey, we only have 30 seconds left, so next week we're actually going to be answering your relationship questions. I'm going to get to this last question that just came in, which is, if the wife demands a divorce, does the man still have to pay alimony? We're going to answer that first thing next week. And we also have other relationship questions like, I told my new girlfriend that my ex looks better than her. Now she's hurt. How do I fix this? So we'll see you here next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on No Conduct Radio. Thank you all for joining in, and thank you, Chris, for telling us your crazy story. Peace out, everyone.
Have a great week, everyone. Hey.
Bye from
Don't
Las
be
Vegas.
too hot, man. Goodbye.
Oh, my God. Put down YouTube, Char, and have a conversation with your dude.
Oh, yes, I could. I want to go on YouTube, guys. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Have a great week.
Bye.